Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you eventually come across this video. How you're doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I love and appreciate you all so much. And if you're coming across my face for the first time, my name is Hannah and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based here in Nigeria. Uyo Akwa State. And with me here we have my sister.
My name is Mrs. Grace.
Yes, and she's from Keeping Up with Nina. She has a YouTube channel that she has only posted twice. I don't know why, but throw the questions to her if you have any.
We don't judge.
And she's also the latest mama. Give it up, give it up, give it up. We have our baby right here. So even though this girl, like say, even though person they shout, she still asleep. She has been through a lot. Welcome to another beautiful video. Yes, we've had our pregnancy video, pregnancy review, delivery vlog, so many things in between, but we've not really seen or spoken to the bunny or the bonner. She is the bunny and she is the bonner. That's the mom of the baby. Let me just ask her a few questions like, how are you doing? Nemwa, how are you doing? How are you?
Okay, I should tell the viewers.
Yes,
you know how I'm doing.
Tell them how are you? How was it like being pregnant? How are you? Just run it down for us like a few. So how was it being pregnant? I've not actually asked you this thing before.
Yeah, you haven't.
So me, I'm actually hearing it for the first time too. So
well, it was sweet and also, I won't say bitter, but an experience. It was an experience, and I don't wish it for other moms going through the issues,
the downsides that you went through. Okay, before we go to the the downsides that you went through, like let's talk about the I think we talk about the bad first before we talk about the good. The good is like the icing on the cake you get. So what were like the downsides? Is it the fibroids that were the downsides?
Yes, it was. And you know how it happened now. Yeah. You know how it started, how you knew. So it got to my 16th week, I started visiting the hospital. In fact, the hospital became my second home.
She was now constantly in the hospital, like almost every week.
I'm always at the hospital. And the doctors will tell me, pray it gets to 18 weeks. If it doesn't,
yeah, they were like
praying.
The doctors were just giving her, there's nothing we can do. Is that, that kind of situation where they say there's really nothing we can do. All you have to do is like pray that it gets to that stage, When
it passes this so week, thank God. When it passes 19 weeks, thank God. Let's pray it gets to 20 weeks so that you stop having false contractions. Because I was having contractions almost all the time. It was the day I was having contraction, and this was around 11. I called my doctor. I said, doctor, please. As in the first day it started though, please, I'm having contractions and it's paining me. Like, as a first time mom, I don't know what pregnancy is all about. It felt like it. So I called the doctor. He said, it's not normal, you have to come to the hospital. I went to the hospital and I was admitted, and that was how I started sleeping in the hospital. If it stops, I go back home. If it continues, I run back to the hospital. So that's just it.
Yeah, she was just constantly in the hospital due to all the pains, constant pain. And this pain was because of the fibroids. Yeah. And the doctors basically were just telling her to pray. You know that kind of situation where it's not a situation where they can prescribe pain meds for you. They can't give you pain meds. They can't give you strong injections and all that. So you have to fight through the pain. Pray for yourself, pray for the baby. So it was just constantly hospital visit that it got to a point where whenever my sister calls me and like she's in the hospital, man, or like whenever I step out of the house and then I see her husband's car outside, I say, what's happening?
The good thing is I'm happy that my sister's house is just
We are sharing the same fence.
I'm happy that her house is just close to the hospital. If not for that, I don't know what I would have done. But there was an episode I went through. This was when I was about to put to bed. In fact, before the EDD guys know that I put to bed before my EDD. So that period I was at the hospital. I don't know, like I was having this serious migraine. I said, what's happening? Let me just enter the shower, run the shower, and let the water just
and cool her head.
Pour on me and let me see whether I can relax. So I entered the shower. It was the worst. I started shaking. I was shaking and vibrating. I didn't know how to call for help because where I was the annex.
Yeah, she was in the annex building.
So there was no nurses.
There was no nurses station in the annex building. The main building is opposite. The annex is on this other side, and this other side is where I share the same fence with.
So I started screaming.
And I started hearing
that my sister heard my voice. So
even in the dream, if I hear my sister's voice, if I hear her cough, when my sister coughs, her cough is as if she wants to bring out her intestine. That's her cough. When she shakes, like she does this, whoo, in the midst of thousands, I can know the one that is my sister's voice. And I started hearing, I paused my movie. Put my mouth to the window. Nenna. I did not hear anything. Nenna. I did not hear anything. The increase in velocity
barged into the room. She saw me shaking like a leaf, pure leaf. What's wrong with you? I can't talk. I can't even open my mouth.
I couldn't do anything. See, when I came and saw my sister in the room, drenched in water, shaking head to toe, mouth moving. I said, I cannot do. I went and called. When I went to the nurses station, the other side, para. She was surprised that I came with 3 nurses. 3. It was quite an experience.
That she was there.
Yeah, and if I wasn't there,
because my BP rose.
And it's not good for the baby.
It's not good for the baby and I. And I thank my sister for being the actor.
Yes,
that moment.
And if I wasn't around, but guys, imagine this thing. There was no nursing station there. If I wasn't around, nobody. What would have happened? But anyways, I just thank God that I was around and everything just went well. There were so many downsides to her pregnancy. She was in a lot of pain. If it's pain, no worry. Anyways, the downsides to the pregnancy was a lot. But the good side, the icing on the cake, this is supposed to be a reaction video, but we'll get to it.
Okay.
The good side, how was the good side?
I wasn't craving for anything.
Thank you. My sister, she did not have any weird, some people will crave oxtail, some people will crave pig, some people will crave chicken intestine, some people will crave ice cream with gizzard. She didn't have any weird cravings.
I wasn't craving for anything. If I see anything, I eat. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat.
Was the morning sicknesses very much?
Yes.
Was it very intense?
It was. My first trimester, I was so sick. I was vomiting all the time. If I brush my mouth, I must vomit. If I'm brushing my teeth, I must vomit. Anything I perceive that is not good, I feel like throwing up. And
another good thing about her pregnancy, her nose, her face is not changed.
I wasn't ugly. I was still a fine girl.
You get one people. When my son you get one of my sister husband cousin. Her name is Grace. Whilst my sister was in the theater the day of delivery, so we're plenty now, we're gisting, and then we're not talking about her pregnancy and how she didn't have so much changes. She didn't have stretch marks. She didn't go big. Her face didn't change. Her nose, you couldn't see her brain from her nose. And then Grace, her husband's cousin, now started showing us pictures. wow. You could see Grace's brain from her nostrils. She was so ugly, she was so black. But my sister's own was a very beautiful pregnancy. Aside from all the pains that she went through, there wasn't any. Some people will have eczema during pregnancy. Some people will have unnecessary stretch marks on the belly during pregnancy, skin color, skin pigmentation, so many. She humbled pregnancy. Pregnancy did not humble her, but it humbled her in the pain part. Anyways, say congratulations to my sister in the comment section again. We are not tired of all the congratulations that we get. Thank you all so much for your prayers, for your love.
Thank you. I read the comments.
Whenever I come to my family house and I give my sister my phone, she's always going to the comment section to read.
I'm so happy.
Like, she read a lot of
all
comments.
The positive prayers.
Anyway, Auntie, sorry. She saw all your messages. She saw all your congratulations.
Thank you. I'm grateful. What God cannot do does not exist.
Does not exist. She was like, when she sees this one message, she was like, it's streams of joy. It's NSPPD. All of you people NSPPD. She's an even I'm not a stream of joy member, but I'm an NSPPDian. You know, there are a lot of NSPPDians that are not streams of joys. So she's a stream of joy member. You know, so she carry her for head.
So when I saw that, I was like, so you have lots of members here.
Sorry. So there is this particular. Let me respond to a particular comment that I got. Not a bad one. There's this good comment. Like she took out time to write a lot. Like let me read it. And this is something that she was sending to my sister. You understand?
Oh wow.
Yeah. She said, she should be in close supervision. This was when I posted the pregnancy scare video where you were having that when your water was leaking.
Okay.
So she posted, she should be in a close supervision. Hope she doesn't have infections or endometriosis. This medical term is so gal. Hope she doesn't have infection or endometriosis because of the earlier fluid that leaked. They are supposed to be administering a kind of steroid to help the baby's lungs to be maturing fast in case the mucus plug came out, which they did.
Yes.
Let her know now her history. So now let me let you know your history. I think this person, what's her name? Chinyere Oko something. I think she either has an experience or she's in the medical field, because the way she elaborated a lot of things was quite interesting. She said, let her know now her histories. Now let me let you know your histories. Okay. She says it's incompetent cervix. That was why your water was leaking. So once she taken again, like in your next pregnancy, latest 10 to 12 weeks, you should consider cyclage. So the earlier it's done, the better. So, and she now said, and she is considered high risk. Praying God come through for her and the baby. Hers is even better than my own. On my first cyclage after anesthesia, when they are to do the cyclage, the whole embryo was bulging out and the doctors couldn't do it. When I woke up thinking everything is over, they broke the news to me. The surgery didn't happen. I was broken, was put on Trendenbosch position. I really don't know what that is. Can't get up to pee or poo.
You just stay
on
sideways.
They try with photo shoots. Okay. She was put in a particular position. So basically she really gave helpful and future advices. Like that was really an intentional message. She took out time to type all of this. For person to sit down and type this kind of long message for person video. Thank you so much. Now I told you people that I'm going to come back for all of you negative commenters. Now I'm here for you. Why is it that people are allergic to good news? People are allergic to being happy. Must you say what you feel? Must you? If something is not good for you, why can't you just look at it and pass? Me, sometimes if I see videos on Instagram or Facebook and I'm like, I don't comment. I just look at it. Sometimes I don't even look at it or view it completely. I just pass. Now, this is a comment that somebody left, but why bring it to social media? That's just the comment the person wrote. This was when I posted about your amniotic fluid leaking. The person now wrote, but why bring it to social media? What do you have to say before I say what I want to say? That was your pregnancy scare.
Can't
That
the
pregnancy.
person see that it also helped some people
Thank
gain
you.
knowledge and helped me gain knowledge? Because in my next pregnancy now, I will still go ahead and perform that cyclage at the early stage. Because when I heard about, I've never heard of cyclage before. I've never heard of it in my life. So when they told me that my cervix was open and I'm going to do cyclage, I'll be put under, and before I had to Google what it means. So talking trash, it's not helpful at all.
Now, I really did not want to do this reaction video on my own because I wanted so that it did not look as if I'm speaking for somebody. Now, you came and wrote, but why bring it to social media? But why comment? But why comment? But why? Some of the things, like for instance, now people come to the internet to learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
People learn a lot of things. So if I put a video on my channel now, probably a subscriber is pregnant or is about to be pregnant. Maybe after watching my video, the person don't even know say carry belly. And then the person sees these things. Won't the person be like, okay, this is what is happening to me, so that I go and take precautions, or this happened to this person, so you know how to explain it to a doctor or a physician? Or what if you're not even close to a physician? So people don't even, you don't make use of your thinking faculty. But why bring it to social media? Why comment? Why must you comment? If it's not pleasing to you, you leave it. We that brought it to social media, we taught it before we brought it. You think it's everything about my life or about my family that I bring to the internet? No, I bring things to the internet so that at least I will entertain you or I teach you. Me, if I don't even know anything about these things. But when I browse or watch things on YouTube, that's when I get knowledge about things that are happening to people. So next time, if you see something that is not pleasing to you, leave it, skip, don't comment. Okay?
Prior to that, I was still admitted into the hospital. So that means I've been in the hospital for like a week, and the reason why I was admitted at first was because I was feeling dizzy, short of breath, and I was rushed to the hospital because I felt like
Passing out.
So my husband rushed me to the hospital that night. So when they tested my blood, my hemoglobin was low. Everything was just low. I had no blood. They had to admit me that night, gave me blood, and started, giving me some drips. So I was still at the hospital. And that was when I complained to the doctor that, see you, I am also leaking something like water. Remember, this is my first time being pregnant. I have never been pregnant before. The doctor said, well, the next day you have to go for a scan. So the next day, from the hospital, my husband drove me, because they didn't have their machine there at the hospital. So my husband drove me to the lab. We went to do the scan, and they told me that my cervix was open. In fact, I think that was how they explained it to me. They were like, let's say this is your
VJJ.
So the baby is just here, about to drop. Just small. So I should go back to the hospital to see the doctor. They asked me, who is your doctor? Who is taking care of all this? I mentioned. They were like, okay, it's a very good hospital. It's a well-known hospital and all that. I went back to the hospital. So when I went back, showed them the result, they told me that my cervix was open. They are going to do something called cyclage. That was the first time me hearing of that name. So I was like asking, what does it mean? What are they going to do? Are they going to inject it? They say no, they have to open your and tie you. I say, are they going to sew me up? I don't understand. So the doctor explained and said we were going to do it that night. We waited for the doctor to arrive. Already I was still admitted into the hospital. So I went back to my room. and I waited. Obviously, my sister was by my side. My mom wasn't around because she traveled. So thank God for my sister that was around by my side. So we waited that evening, and it was time for the operation. We went in and came out. But that evening, I realized that I was still leaking. We had to let the doctor know, see, we're still leaking. They started explaining that even if you have they call it a sac, when you tie the sac and there's still puncture hole, it's still leak. Even if the cervix is still closed, those holes will still be leaking out. So I should just have bed rest, lie in a particular way according to what
this person commented.
Yes.
According to what someone else commented.
So the doctor said lie in a specific way, don't stand. In fact, you don't even have to shower. I was like, why won't I shower? So it kept on happening. I kept on leaking. Then on the 6th, right? That was when it started. I started having contractions.
Intense ones.
Actually, how it happened was I was still leaking from. Actually, my sister even told me I was leaking even before
she even came to the hospital. When she came to my store
I
one
didn't
day,
know.
her trouser was soaked.
I didn't know.
She stood up. I said, jokingly, are you sure your water has not broken?
Yeah, so
she said it was sweat. She didn't know.
I didn't know. So that means, let's say I was leaking continuously for like a week and I didn't know. So when I was still leaking before the contractions started, I was at the hospital. They told me the doctors and the nurses walked into the ward, and that time my mom came back, so she was with me in the room. So when the doctor and the nurses walked in, they told me I should prepare myself for delivery. And let me tell you guys, I haven't even prepared myself. And that was not even my EDD. I haven't packed. I just came because I wanted to faint. And all of a sudden, I started living in the hospital. So when they told me, get ready, they'll have to operate you. I'm like, my mom was like, a big deal, where is the doctor? Let me see the doctor first. Let's know what's happening. Let's go and check and do another scan if the water can still carry me. So the doctor, said, okay, we should go and try another hospital, another lab actually, for a better result.
Second option.
Yes, we went to that lab, a different one. We did the scan. He said it was 9 cents, whatever, but it was very small. It can carry me sharp. I should just go back to the hospital and have bed rest. All this is just bed rest. So I went back to the hospital, and this was around 6 p.m. Nigerian time. I got back to the hospital. Already the doctor has called the pediatrician to come down to the hospital so that they can start the operation if need be. So when we got back, we gave the lab results to the doctor, and they looked at it. They said, okay, so when is your ADD? We said, so let's just wait and see how it goes.
She's laughing.
Let's wait and see how it goes, and then just have bed rest, go back to your room. And that was how I went back to my room. This was around after 6 to 7. I go back to my room. All of a sudden I started having contractions, severe contractions. I'm like, what's going on? The nurses came, they started giving me injections, but it wasn't helping. It started increasing to another level. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sit. I couldn't lie down. I'm telling you that I was contracting from 7, let's say 7 p.m. till the next day when I entered the theater, and that was around 11 a.m. That was close to 18 hours. I was even contracting on the table before I slept off. So I was in a lot of pain